Clinton Jaws, guys. Yeah, I know I'm having a bad hair day, okay? Settle down. I can't do anything about it. I had to come down here with cat hair all over my shirt. I don't care. I had to come down here and say this quickly, say it fast, because I just seen it on Facebook. And I went to the Campbell River, see the cat hair? Floating. Campbell River website, RCMP website, and confirmed it. I want you to hear this. Campbell River, they're a taxi service now. The RCMP Campbell River are a taxi service. The Campbell River RCMP have become a trial detachment for the federal government's new cost-effective ride-share program. With the advent of extremely high gas prices and the need for government organizations to adjust their carbon footprint, why am I out of breath? Using the empty seats in police vehicles to move around ride-share customers when officers are out on patrol stands to offset costs and offers ride-share customers an extremely safe transport option. We are very much looking forward to the added company in the vehicles as we do our work, said Constable Maury. We definitely know there's going to be a few growing pains with the new service, like telling paying customers to get out when we have to rush to an emergency, of course, or when they have to share the back seat with someone who vomited on themselves, or the general lack of legroom in the back seat. But overall, we really think it's an excellent public outreach option and a capable transportation solution. The trial service is set to have a very short duration before it expands nationwide. Mounties also announced a discount code to use when booking rides during the trial. Now, when I first read this, I got angry. I think it's a great idea, but I got angry. I got angry because of a story that I'm going to share with you that I had with a sergeant in Port Alberni before my retirement, because I had transported somebody home, and he wasn't happy with that. But okay, so I called up Campbell River. I talked to the staff sergeant. I can't remember his name. He's not going to be happy that I'm talking about this. He knew who I was. And I asked him, I said, man, dude, how are you going to, you got no resources. You don't have enough resources at your detachment. How are you going to do this? And he goes, Clint, all 11 ODS members, off-duty sick members, have agreed to come back to work. And I said, but they're off-duty sick, though. How can they come back? And he goes, Clint, they're not off-duty sick. They're off-duty mad. Now it's their chance to come back and continue to not work. I'm like, oh, my God. And then he said this that blew me away. He goes, the sergeant, staff sergeant himself, and the inspector have all agreed to work overtime because there's zero chance of being burnt out. And I'm like, genius. It's genius. And then we talked about me. I might unretire and take part in this and go to depot for 6 weeks. You know, I know you're not buying it. Okay, April Fools, right? And I know you've already read it, but I thought it was awesome. I know you've already seen it on Facebook, but I forgot it was April Fools. And when I read this, I'm such an idiot. Beautiful work. When I read it, I started writing out my podcast, my next podcast. Honest to God, I started writing it out. Like I believed it fully. And then when I started Googling it, nothing was coming up. I'm like, what the? So then I found their website, Campbell River website on Facebook. And yeah, April Fools, you idiot. Short story, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to include this. I probably said this before on my podcast, but to this day, it just, I'm working, okay? I'm trying to work. And the staff sergeant and the sergeant, Clint, can you come in here, please? They pull me into an office. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, whoa. They're sitting down, they're serious, they're not happy. And I said, it looks like I'm in trouble. And I was in trouble. And the staff sergeant goes, Clint, last Friday night, okay? Last Friday night, I just want to know why. You were seen going up Johnson Road with a passenger in your vehicle. I'm like, okay, he didn't work Friday night. So I'm like, how do you know that? Well, I can't divulge that information. Don't you hate it when they do that? Why can't you? I'm curious, why can't you? Like, really? Why is it sensitive? Why is it private? If you're going to give me hell, why can't you tell me where you heard it from? He doesn't tell me. And I go, it was my brother. Because it was my brother. I'm like, it's my brother. And I'll never forget, if I were you, I'd be very careful. You don't want to end up getting a code of conduct. And I'm like, I can't believe he's talking to me about this. And I'm like, are you serious, dude? How many parties have you been with the RCMP where a Buffalo cab comes and picks up cops at the party and drives them home? How many times does that happen? How many times do cops go to bars and drive people home who ask? That was a great part of the job. I didn't mind doing it. I loved doing it. Didn't mind doing it at all. Why wouldn't I give him a ride? But he threatens me with this code of conduct. Here's the big thing. And this is going to get to know. I don't want to make this a long video. I go outside. I'm fuming. The sergeant is there because he listened to this thing. And we're outside and we're having a conversation. A personal, private conversation that's not private anymore because I'm going to tell you what he said. About 6 or 7 months before this happened, I went home early one night and I was followed home. Somebody was following me home. They were following me home perfectly. But I didn't go home because I knew this person was following me. So I drove past where I was supposed to turn in. And the car, I go around the corner, I look in my rearview mirror, the car's gone. I'm like, how's the car gone? There's nowhere for the car to go. And when I turn around, I see the car up on an embankment with the lights out, running, hidden behind a fire hall. And I'm like, I wish I never went past him, but I did because now I got to turn around. So I turn around, and when I turn around, he hightails it out of there. He's gone. Now I'm chasing after him in my Grand Vitara, and we're on the highway. It's snowing. I can't keep up to him. And the guy drove like a cop, and I'm like, was that a cop? I go back, I tell the sergeant, right? And they say, no police officer is following you or surveilling you or anything like that. So jump back 6 months later, we're outside. And I said to the sergeant, I said, what the hell was that? Somebody seen me drive my brother up Johnson Road? And he goes, Clint, maybe you are being followed by the police. And I'm like, dude, don't say that. Really? You think? And he goes, well, you know the inspector. I've seen him investigate members this way. So now I'm convinced. Now I'm going batty in my head, right? Convinced that I've been followed, that I was being surveilled. Because they don't tell you. Cops surveil other cops. You don't find out about it usually. How do you find out about it? Nobody tells you about it. They don't go, hey, we were following you for a month or 6 months here, and we didn't find anything. Anyways, I retired a short time later after that. It's just, this was beautiful. And don't we need more of that? A little sense of humor, right? I think so. Oh, by the way, the ODS joke, guys, settle down. I love ODS members. Okay? I think more people should be ODS. I truly believe that. Honest to God. Be ODS. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. By the way, there's a website out there. It's called clintonjaws.com. There's another website. It's called thegoldenbadge.com, where retired and current members can get one of these. Spit an image. They say veteran on it. They're nice. It's something to put back into your wallet. Why am I talking like that? Just talk normal. Fuck. Before, I just want to let you know, there's a website out there. It's called clintonjaws.com. Fuck me.